Hello, how are you doing tonight? I'm doing okay. I took a day off of work today because my daughter went to school. Yeah, she's been in kindergarten for a few years, so she's gotten used to the routine of going somewhere and spending her day there and coming home, but today was her first day of first grade. And in Japan, that means you have a ceremony. Yes. It's the school entrance ceremony. It's the best way I could translate it. That's literally what it means in Japanese, Nyugakshiki. And, well, I'm sure they mean well, but it's pretty ponderous. I used to go through a lot of these when I worked in elementary schools. Of course, for me, it was always just very cold back then because, literally cold because it was always in the gymnasium. There's no heat in the gymnasium. But for me, it just, as a employee, I just sat in a gym and watched kids, I don't know, show up, said hi to them, and then 6 years later, I'd watch them graduate. So it's like, this is actually my kid. So I felt a little something, but still. This is a ceremony to welcome kids into school, and it's like an hour long. How long do you really think 6-year-olds can sit in a gym and not do anything? My estimate, 12 minutes. Instead, it's an hour long, and it's just at every turn, it's just so dry, There's a table full of guests, and they introduce every guest at the table. Who cares? Who cares? Oh, every single kindergarten in the area sent a representative. Okay, good for them. Oh, look, it's a member of the PTA. Great. Oh, he gives a speech too. Thankfully, his speech was short. The principal talked for like 15 minutes. PTA guy's like, here you go. 4 minutes, kids. I'll get through it. Because again, you're giving a speech to kids. What does it matter? It's not important. But easily, the most tedious part is just the way Japanese schools and Japanese people do things. Just when you have a ceremony, and when you have a ceremony, any kind of organized event, there is a person who leads the event. They're not the host. They just stand at a microphone and they announce what's next. And so every few minutes, this lady would get on the microphone and she's like, next, the principal will give a speech. And she will sit down and the principal will get up and give the speech. Next, we will introduce our guests. She sits down and someone else comes up and introduces the guests. And then I swear to God, the end of the ceremony, I'm not kidding, the end of the ceremony, she gets up and she microphone is like, and now we will end the ceremony. She sits down, someone else gets up, someone else goes to the microphone, and he's like, now, the 44th annual school entrance ceremony for school name is finished. And then he sits down. What? Why? That you had to do that? Anyway, that's the reason this thing took half an hour, honestly. It's because every few minutes they had to announce what came next and they had to stop what they were doing. And everyone who approached the stage has to march. Like these 6th graders came up to give us a speech. Again, the 6th graders are giving a speech to the new 1st graders. And I'm not kidding. They march up there and they have to give a routine. Like the 3 of them had a speech memorized in turn where one of them shouts, the next person shouts, next kid shouts, and oh God. It was so painful. And I knew it. I knew we wouldn't get through the day without 3 songs, and sure enough, it took 3 songs as part of the ceremony. The national anthem, which I'm proud to say not everyone sings because it's a lousy anthem. The school song, which obviously none of the new kids know because they just got here. I try to follow along with the lyrics in the back of the program to some extent. It was a very long song. And then at the end, the 2nd graders got up there and did a whole routine where they welcomed the 1st graders and they also had to sing a song and play instruments. And it was just, it took forever. And then we had to go back to her classroom and then she had to be handed I'm not kidding, 4 books. I had to carry these 2 book bags full of materials home. And then we had to go back to the gym and we'd take the pictures. So it's we're in the gym, we go to the classrooms, we do the sit thing, we go back to the gym, then we take pictures, then we finally leave. So all in all, this was 2.5 hours of just welcome to school. And boy, I sure was tired. I almost took a nap during the middle of the day because I was just so tired of all the back and forth. And I'm wearing a suit and I'm wearing like nice shoes, and they're not the most comfortable shoes. Anyway, when it was all over, we went to lunch, and all in all, a nice day. But boy, the next time this happens, I guess when my son goes to middle school, I may just skip it because these ceremonies last forever, and I just don't care. I'm sorry. I'll just take a picture of him being dressed up. That's enough. Anyway, I have work tomorrow though, so good night, everybody. I love you.